Hey students, welcome to week 4 of our Wednesday night, Thursday night image series. And what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about a pop quiz, okay? And just the concept of getting a test. With most tests, we kind of know when they're coming, like they might be on a Friday, they might be scheduled a month from now, so we know exactly when that test is going to be. But the thing that's different about a pop quiz is that a pop quiz can jump on you at any time. Like the teacher can just schedule that like on the fly. Let's do this. There was once a Spanish teacher who she was a grandmotherly type, and she loved teaching, absolutely loved teaching, and she hated giving tests. But she knew that was the only way that she would know if her students actually knew the material. And life is full of tests. Life is even more full of pop quizzes. We know there are going to be certain things that come at us, especially as a believer. Okay, in the context of believers, there are times that we are tested, and a lot of those come in the form of pop quizzes where they absolutely come out of nowhere. And there are certain truths that are absolutely applicable to the Christian. These are those. Okay, Christians experience tests at every stage of their growth. Okay, no matter where they're at, they're going to experience those tests. And the goal of those is obviously to pass those tests. Okay, to pass those tests. And what we often see, especially in the scriptures in so many different stories, is that there are testings that precede promotion. That typically passing those tests leads to some kind of promotion in different ways. And self promotion and human promotion can never replace the kind of promotion that God can give us. And there's lots of different tests that are brought our way in our walk with the Lord, in our Christian faith. There are often tests that test our motive. Okay, what's our real purpose behind why we do what we're doing. There are tests that test us in small things. Can the Lord trust us with small things? Can the Lord trust us the authority whenever we get offended? Okay, how do we handle that? There's lots of different tests that come our way. And again, we don't always like this, but I think it's very helpful and beneficial for us to view tests as our friends. Like there's very few people in the world who have friends that are willing to tell them the hard truths, and that's something that pop quizzes and tests do, is that they reveal something in you. They reveal whether you can do this or whether you can't, whether you know this or you don't. Okay? And generally these tests are about your character. Okay? And like any good actor who sometimes whenever they go off script, no matter what, a good actor's job is to stay in character. Okay, and there's testing that comes your way that's going to challenge your character. Okay, so here are your questions for your groups. Okay, I want you to look at Genesis 22, verses 1 and 2. This passage says that God tested Abraham. Okay, read the rest of the story using some of the tests that I mentioned just previously. What kind of test do you think God gave Abraham with his son Isaac? Okay, what kind of test do you think Abraham gave to Isaac? And also look up these passages in the Psalms. Psalm 7, verse 9, Psalm 17, verse 3, and Psalm 26, verse 2. What do these scriptures communicate to you about testing? Okay, and the last question is this. Why do you suppose we avoid tests in life whenever possible? Like why do we try to avoid these? What makes it difficult to see the benefit of tests in our lives? Okay, because it's true, we tend to not want to do tests, but they're good for us. Okay, so why is it that we avoid it, and why can they be helpful? Okay, hope you guys have a great discussion, and hope to get hear good news from your talks. See ya.